Hello, and welcome to the reading of The Greatest Thanksgiving. I'm Alma Lopez, and I'll be reading part 1. Sarah Blanco will be reading part 2. Ava Lawrence will be reading part 3, and Maria Reina will be reading part 4.
Are you going grocery shopping today? My husband, Roy, asked when I picked up the telephone. I plan to, he answered. Thanksgiving was only a couple days away. Everyone in our family would be coming to our house. My funds were limited, therefore my box of coupons awaited me in the car. I knew I had to be creative in my shopping that day. I had to stretch every dollar. For a few seconds, Roy sat silently on the other end of the line. Why do you ask? I uttered, fearing what he might say. Nancy, there's a family with a half dozen kids that will not have anything to eat for Thanksgiving. The little one is only 5 years old. So, what are you saying? I whispered.
While you're at the store, could you possibly buy something for them? Roy's words echoed in my heart. Groceries, a 5-year-old, 8 in the family. My heart began to spin thinking about the $50 I had reserved for our family Thanksgiving dinner. In the back of my mind, I counted the hungry guests who would be coming to our house for dinner. I put my head down on my desk, already feeling defeated. There's no way possible, I thought. But the compassion I heard in my husband's voice struck a nerve inside me. Sure, I replied, but only if God helps. Thanks, sweetheart, Roy whispered. Just do what you can. He then hung up the telephone. I finished my work and prayed all the way to the nearest grocery store.
I entered the parking lot. I noticed a big sign in the grocery store window. Turkeys 29 cents a pound. This is the place, I whispered. I grabbed my box of coupons, went inside, secured 2 buggies, and headed to the frozen foods. The turkeys were indeed on sale, but I discovered one big problem. When I read the sign posted on the freezer door, my heart sank. Limit 1. But I need 2, I uttered to myself. I decided to find the manager. I explained the problem. He made an exception. After tossing a turkey in each buggy, I began my shopping fury. It was amazing how many buy one, get one free items were being featured that day. The first item went into one buggy. The free item went in the other. In addition, I had all the right coupons to get exactly what both families need for a hearty Thanksgiving dinner. I proceeded to the register and held my breath while the cashier rang up my groceries. To my surprise, I had enough money. I was even able to purchase a package of cookies for the 5-year-old who had stolen my heart, even though I had never met her.
Later that afternoon, Roy and I made a special delivery to a home filled with children of all ages. I will never forget the smiles on the 6 kids' faces as they made several trips from my car carrying numerous bags of groceries inside. This event reminded me of a story. Even though he only had a few loaves and fishes, Jesus multiplied them and fed 5,000 people. And to top it off, there was food left over. I wondered if God was doing the same thing that day. By far, that was the greatest Thanksgiving of my life. My entire family shared a hearty meal with us. We had plenty to eat. We even had enough food left over for the evening meal. That afternoon, when I had time to think about what had happened, I imagined a home not far from where I lived. There was a mother and a father and 6 children sitting around the kitchen table, laughing and rejoicing. They enjoyed the same meal that our family had shared together that day. Then I realized that miracles happen when we step out in faith, and in steps God. For with us, some things are impossible, but with God, all things are possible.